Yo, welcome back guys to another LEGO Star Wars video. In today's video I have the LEGO Star Wars Mandalorian Season 2 set ideas video. So yeah, pretty much at the end of the day, all these will be potential spoilers. If you guys of course have not seen a particular chapter, 9 through 16. If you guys have not seen the finale yet, of course, just don't stay until the end of the video. Since how this video is going to be broken down is I'll be having timestamps at the bottom, if you guys can tell, for each chapter. I'm going to do one idea per chapter, and then call the video like that. And again, I'll be throwing pictures up on the screen. So yeah, let's go through it, guys. Chapter 9 right there, the season premiere of the season. Pretty much, I think the set idea for that, something that LEGO really dropped the ball on already. I mean, they pretty much already could have done something, with that. Would be, have the Cobb Vanth speeder included into the Tusken Raider encounter set that they made this year. I think that then at that point, that would have just fully completed that set, made it a fantastic set from that episode and called it a day. So that's kind of, my quick idea with that. People have brought it up before, but I still think, that is pretty much the one idea that I truthfully have from that episode that I wish LEGO would have done. They, like I said, kind of dropped the ball on that. Moving on to chapter 10, guys, the passenger episode. This is one where I think, truthfully, at the end of the day, unless they were to do a X-Wing, set based off of, the New Republic, which I feel like that'd be a little boring. And again, we get a lot of X-Wings to begin with. But I think from actually Brick underscore Yoda 555, I believe, on Instagram, came out with a very cool custom box art of the snow planet they were on with some of those spider-like creatures. And I believe the box size he made would have been maybe like a nice little $30 set with like one of the bigger spiders, Baby Yoda, the Frog Lady, Mandalorian, and then a few of the smaller spiders, maybe a little like rock from formation in there for like $30. If they were to really do a set from that episode, which again I don't think they would. I think that's, in my opinion, the weakest episode of the season, of course, and probably for a lot of people, but understandably still not a bad episode. Moving on to chapter 11, guys, the episode with Bo-Katan and the Death Watch. Let's scroll down right there, chapter 11. And I think the one idea I have for this would be one of the boat scene, which actually I believe Brick Yoda 555 again, if I have the name correct, made another mock-up of a set from that episode with the boat. And at that point, I feel like at least Bo-Katan, maybe one of the Quarren, Mandalorian, and Din Djarin, and then Baby Yoda at that point. Maybe those 4 minifigures. Of course, the ideal would be to ask for the other 2 Death Watch, more Quarren and stuff. I think those 4 minifigures on a nice little boat set, $50 or so. If they were to make a set from that episode, I think that would be a great idea. Moving on to chapter 12, guys, right here. Moving down, I think the ideas off of here, again, also from him, very nice mock-up, would be one of those Imperial transport things, pretty much like the Rebel Stormtrooper battle pack, but just bigger. One of those, or I think this is the prime example of when they could make one of those TIE fighters. I mean, we see them take off again with the wings down, folded up and stuff, so we see them take off the top of the base. So another prime example of, even if it's not, I guess we know now it's not specifically just Moff Gideon's TIE fighter, but, as of now, I think that would be the episode to really base one of those TIE fighters off of. Again, it would have been cool if, the TIE fighter they came out with this year, had that feature in there as well. Like, I feel like that's another one of those things that LEGO just kind of dropped the ball on, which kind of sucks. But there's that. Moving on to chapter 13, guys, the Jedi. This is one, probably the toughest, one to really make a true set idea for. But nonetheless, I think we probably just have to do something based off like the front of that little town. I'd assume like just like a little like $50 place that kind of like the battle or the encounter on Jakku, the battle of the one with Maz Kanata. I forgot what planet that she was even on. Battle of Scare, something like that. Maybe like a $50 set with Ahsoka, one of the either the male or the female antagonists of that episode. Of course, Din Djarin at that point, Baby Yoda, and it'd definitely be a very niche set, that you're just getting, the set for the minifigures for. But nonetheless, I think that's pretty much the only idea I can really think of from there. Moving on to chapter 14. This is another one of those where it's a little tough to come up with a direct, kind of set based off of there. Of course, I'd say Slave 1. I think that'd be ideal. Of course, Razor Crest got blown up in that episode, so Razor Crest would not be a set to make off of that. But Slave 1 at that point, if they were to remake it at any point, again, like they've got like the UCS one, they've got the 20th anniversary one, which I've got a few of around my room. If they were to remake it, I'd say Slave 1, or of course, the newer set idea, quote unquote, would be the Imperial kind of transport ship that they drop down on, which at that point I think would be a cool thing to get that mortar trooper, that yellow stormtrooper, maybe 2 regular stormtroopers, probably Fennec Shan at that point, and then probably Boba Fett, or maybe even just Din Djarin again. But I feel like we don't need Baby Yoda there. We probably don't need Boba Fett in that set either. I feel like that might be a little bit of a stretch. But yeah, moving on to Chapter 15 then, guys. But probably my favorite overall episode of the whole entire season. I'd say probably the number one thing from there would be the Imperial Juggernaut. That's pretty much the Imperial version of the turbo tank. It reminds me more so of the 2016 turbo tank, but just kind of smushed down. Like if you were to just take your hand and just kind of whack it a few times all around, you kind of just make it go down maybe 5 or 6 studs. And then it also looked like it was a little bit longer, of course. I don't know if those were all individual little, different things you can add on. Could that potentially be, 10 more of those added on, or if they're all only 6 or 7 of those little pod things on the wheels. But I think that'd definitely be the set idea for that episode at that point. Probably Mayfeld. Honestly, probably at that point, probably 2 of those tank pilots, or the drivers, Mayfeld, and then probably just Din Djarin at that point too, right? I mean, maybe a shore trooper if they really want to be generous. But nonetheless, guys, moving on to the finale, which again I just got done watching 5 minutes before I started filming this. A great finale. This is probably the most that you guys will pretty much probably hear out of my opinions on the YouTube channel. At least definitely go follow me on Instagram if you guys want more personable opinions on stuff. And again, I'm keeping it spoiler free over there. I'm not a jackass about stuff, but if you guys want more opinions, or DM me about it, and we can talk about it there. But for the finale, I think the grand finale of the sets should be the Moff Gideon's light cruiser. I think that would be fantastic. I mean, at that point, $150 set, make that thing beautiful, and come out with the Moff Gideon, at least 1 Dark Trooper, if not 2 probably. Probably Din Djarin, and then probably Grogu. And at that point, I'd say probably maybe Bo-Katan as well. I don't think, again, the big spoiler here, I don't think that they should include Luke. I feel like that might be a little much there, I feel. I think Luke doesn't really need to be in a Mandalorian set, because I feel like at that point then it's just kind of stretching it, and I feel like they're kind of throwing a Luke in there just to get more sales driven to that set. Although I feel like Mandalorian is its own entity. I feel like all these sets would sell well as is. That they don't need to throw Luke in there or whatever. And so that's pretty much that, guys. I think at the end of the day, if they were to do those 8 set ideas, again, I mean, a few are better than others, of course. I'd much rather pay $150 for the light cruiser compared to spending $150 on some fucking ice spiders, you know what I mean? I definitely would rather get the light cruiser. But all in all, guys, again, I'll give you my quick thoughts on the season, a little recap of the season. I think it was a good season. Again, probably the passenger of the weakest episode. Other than that, though, every episode really had its own feel for it. My one complaint, a lot of these episodes were pretty fucking short this season. I mean, when you have 5 minutes of post credits, I mean, you see a chapter 14, you see a 34-minute, time tag on there. It's 29 minutes no matter what. I mean, so that's under 30 minutes for an episode. Again, nonetheless, I think it was a great season. Definitely, probably overall better than season 1. I have my complaints again. I mean, why bring up the fucking Bo-Katan versus Mando thing if you're not going to do it, in this episode, or even address it again? Where was the 3rd Death Watch Mando? I mean, where was he at? Did he just take the day off? Did he call in sick? I mean, what the hell's going on? With him. I think the Luke looked great though. I definitely teared up at that. And nonetheless, guys, that's pretty much all. That's pretty much all my opinions. Leave the comment section spoiler free. I'm definitely gonna do my best to move those to spam and delete them if you guys start putting spoilers in there without warnings. So well, yeah, that's pretty much all, guys. Thank you guys all for watching. I'll probably be doing a top 10 Mandalorian season 2 mock video on Monday or Tuesday, so definitely stay tuned for that. That's all, guys. See you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Stay safe.
Tired of spending full price on Lego? Then be sure to use my discount codes on the following websites to save some money on your orders. If you guys want to save 5% off, you guys can go to republicbricks.com, republicbricksauctions.com, jonaktoys.com, onestud.com, and hdbricks.myshopify.com to save 5% off your order. If you guys want to save 10% off your order, be sure to shop at dkcollectibles.com or extraminifigures.com and use the code LIFEBRICK. All capitals, LIFEBRICK at checkout for 5% or 10% off the following websites. Help support the channels, guys, and help support them, of course, which are all independent sellers, which is always appreciated, guys.